looking for a fun themed movie night to Wreck It Ral, then you're in the right place because I have a bunch of suggestions for recipes coming up in this video and the how-tos to go along with it. So stay tuned and I will show you everything on how to have a themed Wreck It Ralph movie night coming up right now. Hey, what's up guys? It's Bethany here again with Mommy's Movie Magic. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Bethany and I love to recreate themed movie nights that have dinner, drinks, snacks, and crafts that go along and are themed with the movie that we're watching for that night. I loved themed food and beverages and have a ton of ideas in the description bar down below. So if you guys are interested in that, make sure you go down and hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of the movie nights and recipes that I come out with every single week. Because every Friday, I come out with a new movie theme night that give you guys more suggestions to have more fun in your own homes to a different movie. While you're down there, make sure you hit the thumbs up button on my video. It really does let me know you guys are enjoying my videos and my content, and it helps tell me that I can recreate these for you guys in the future. So let's get started on our Wreck It Ralph movie night. This week we are doing Wreck It Ralph, and for our video this week I went with arcade themed foods. So we went with dinner as burger time, burgers and onion rings. For dessert, I decided to go with Venelloppe's medal that she made for Ralph that's in the shape of a heart. And it says, "You're my hero." So I wanted to recreate those just like a sugar cookie, just like Venelloppe did. And for our drink, we decided that we were gonna go ahead and do Tapper's Root Beer. This one was easy just because all the characters go there at the very end of the day and they all have root beer together, so I thought that would be the perfect close for our drink for tonight. I will show you right now, so let's get started. Cooking up burgers is something that's personal to everybody. The way I like to make mine is pretty simple, just with a patty, some Worcestershire sauce, and some salt and pepper on each side. And I grill them up, and I like mine about medium to medium well. So cook yours however long you like to whether they're mooing or well done, and serve those babies up. There are many ways to make onion rings, but the way I like it is traditionally just fry them up in a pan with some oil on the stove. You can do yours in the air fryer or however you like, but this is the way I'm gonna show you. So we start out with a Vidalia onion, which is my favorite to use for onion rings. So we had my husband slice them up because he's really good at that. And we just pulled them all apart and set them in a bowl aside until we were ready to start dipping in the hot oil. And now we're gonna get ready for our breading. So we start out with flour, paprika, garlic powder, and salt and pepper. And we're gonna mix it up real good. Once it's mixed, we're going to add in our beer because this recipe calls for beer battered onion rings. So we're gonna mix that up until everything is nice and juicy and it comes out like a pancake batter mixture. It's about as thick as that. So we're gonna take our onion rings and we're gonna toss them in a little bit of flour so we coat them in a dry coating. And then we're gonna toss our onion rings into our batter and get ready to toss them into our hot oil. So once they're coated, as you see, we're gonna put them into the oil for about a minute or so on each side until it starts to brown nice and brown. And I set them aside in a pan on the opposite side, which you can't see in this video. And I put down some paper towel so it would drain onion rings. This happened really quick, so just be ready to get them in and get them right back out. Ralph and his friends like to stop at Tapper's to get a nightly cap off of root beer. So what better than to do the same yourself? So I grabbed this giant beer mug that I had and we poured our root beer in it to look just like the drink that they get at Tapper's every single night. To get started with our Venelloppe heart medal, we started with flour, put in our salt and our baking powder, and we mixed it up. As you can see, I had a little helper here today. And then on a separate bowl inside our stand mixer, we're gonna cream together our butter and our sugar. And you're gonna cream it up for about 2 to 3 minutes until it's nice and creamy and mixed. And then we wanna add in our egg, our vanilla, and we're gonna cream all of that up together. Scrape down the sides if you have to make sure that everything is mixed nice and well together. And then we're gonna add in the flour mixture into our butter and sugar, and we're gonna mix it just until it's all mixed together. This is where I did a little things differently based on the recipe I followed. So I split my dough into 2 pieces and I rolled them out into a 1/4 inch thick. And then I covered them both in saran wrap before putting them in the refrigerator for about 2 hours. Once the refrigeration is done at the 2-hour mark, we take our dough out and we're going to go ahead and cut it with this rather large heart-shaped cookie cutter. I wanted them big because I wanted them to be just like the medals that Venelloppe gave to Ralph. And then I baked them in the oven for 11 minutes at 350, and they came out perfect. At this point is when I get my icing together. So we're gonna make royal icing with egg whites, vanilla, and we're gonna mix it until it becomes frothy, which is about 30 seconds. We're gonna add in 1 cup of powdered sugar at a time and mix it just so that everything gets nice and mixed and doesn't become really clumpy. So just keep adding 1 cup at a time, scrape it down, add the next one, and so on. And now is the point where you're going to check for the right consistency. There's no real recipe for this, you have to judge it by looking. And I needed a flooding consistency. So it wasn't quite there, I added about a teaspoon of water into it. And as you see, when it comes back down, it melts back into each other within the next 5 seconds, so I have the right consistency now. So at this point, now I start to add my coloring, which I was looking for kind of a lighter teal color. So I used just a little bit of teal, and I needed a little bit more, so I added more of it in, and you just mix it till it gets the right color consistency that you're looking for. Prior to doing this, I did set aside some white, so I had a white and a teal color, and then I put them in a number 4 Wilton tip and put them into piping bags. So I grabbed my white pipe and I started to pipe the outside because it had a white edging. And then I took my teal and I just started filling in the inner portion of my cookie with my teal color, and it all flooded in together. And because I wanted the writing to sit inside the cookie instead of on top, I quickly used my piping bag of white and I wrote "You're my hero," and then sprinkled some sprinkles on top to finish it out. And last but not least, we need to include the metal strap that we put on. So I went ahead and bought these airheads that have like a big strip and that looks like the metal strap. So I put some icing on the back of our cookie and we put the airhead attached to the back of it so that we have now our airhead attached to the back, and it looks exactly like the medal that Venelloppe gave to Ralph. This craft was a no-brainer. I decided to let the girls make their very own Venelloppe von Schweets Sugar Rush candy cars. So I bought all kinds of candy, including Oreos and sweet tarts and marshmallows, and we designed with toothpicks these fantastic looking candy cars. So how can you make your movie night your own? So movie nights are so much fun, but they can be a lot of work, especially if you are a busy parent. So my suggestion every single week is for you guys to order out. Grab some burgers and some onion rings or burgers and fries and order them out and bring them home and set them up on your plate to make it easier on yourself. Don't go crazy trying to make it all or rush into it, just order out. The sugar cookies can be a great option to have someone else do some prep work for you. I know they have kits in the grocery store that have already pre-made sugar cookies that you guys can go and buy that have the set with the colors and the cookies, but you can make them all your own at home. Or you wanna go one step further, just have someone make them for you so you don't have to. I love making things homemade, not everybody does. So take the steps necessary, the suggestions that I suggested, and try to have some fun with it and still not make yourself crazy. This is all about the fun, and that's what I want for you guys. So what are your suggestions? What things would you like to see for this movie night? I would love to know the things that you guys have done themed with Wreck It Ralph. So let me know in the comments down below. I love hearing from you, and let's get to the movie. All right, again, that's it for me here at Mommy's Movie Magic. Thanks again for joining me for another great movie night. Make sure to head down and check out all my other videos for my movie nights that I've done already. There are a ton of suggestions down below. Give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and I will see you guys next week right here on Mommy's Movie Magic.